contains 1, 2, 3 elements. Anytime you combine more than one, you have more than two elements from 2, 3, or 4 elements. They come together from 2 elements onwards. When they combine, you call that compound. In this case, I will call this a compound or neutral compound. If it is like this, it becomes neutral element. You go to rule number 1. But if it is in this form, it is neutral compound. So if you have a neutral compound, that means a compound in which there is no charge here. What you do is you add all of them. You say cation plus carbon here. Now we have 3 oxygen molecules, 3 oxygen molecules. When you add all of them, the answer you can advance or put will be 0. That's what we are saying. The moment you add all of them, you get 0. Now cation. Cation has a valency of 2 because we said it is 282. The last digit is 2. That becomes positive because all metals carry positive values. Plus carbon, later you want to determine that, plus 3 times oxygen. Oxygen has oxidation number of -2, except the peroxide. So oxygen appears here, I will just put -2 and then equal to 0. What you now have to do here is to solve that linear equation. Whatever you get there will be the particular name of that particular compound. It's just an highlight. You'll get the example soon. We move to rule number 7. If is rule number 7, we are going to rule number 8. And rule number 8 now is dealing with ionic compound. We have dealt with neutral compound. We are now going to ionic compound. So where it is an ionic compound, rule number 8, anytime you have an ionic compound, you add all the elements. I'm not going to write this like I did in rule number 8, but it will be explained because whatever sentence that is in rule number 7 is what you use, but you now have some basic with the answer. That will be the difference. Now, if you have a compound that I CaCO3 2 negative, this one becomes ionic compound. It is now an ionic compound. So if it is an ionic compound, what you do, you add all of them, calcium plus carbon plus 3 times oxygen. You now have to equate that to the charge, whatever charge that is here. This power here, that is -2. That is all what rule number 8 is saying. So if it is HNO3 negative, like that, what you do is to say hydrogen plus nitrogen plus 3 times oxygen, and that will give us an answer of -1, because here it is -1. These are the rules that you can use to get the oxidation number of the element. It takes us to the last phase now. I will now practicalize this one on examples, at least 2 or 3 examples for you to see how you can apply them correctly. Now we can get at least 2 or 3 examples that will help, and those examples will now be, for instance, we can say determine the oxidation number. Example, we can say determine the oxidation number. We can say determine the oxidation number of the underlined element. We can say determine the oxidation number of the underlined elements. We are now asked to get the oxidation number of the underlined element. That means any element that I underline here, you determine the oxidation number of that element. That is what I now want to do. Number 1, we can get like H2SO4. Then I underline sulfur. If sulfur is underlined, we want to get the oxidation number of that particular compound, and then we name it correctly. So if sulfur is underlined, when you want to go through this analysis, what comes to mind is this one is a compound. Since it is a compound, you now ask yourself whether it is an ionic compound or a neutral compound. When you look at this compound, this one is a neutral compound because there is no charge here. Since it is a neutral compound, we add all the elements here in this compound will equal to 0. We have 2 times hydrogen here. That is 2 hydrogen atoms plus the sulfur plus 4 oxygen molecules. That will give us an answer of 0 because it's a neutral compound. Now the value here for hydrogen is +1. Hydrogen has oxidation number of +1 except in hydrides. You can recall. Plus, we are not going to substitute for sulfur because sulfur is underlined. That is what we need. Plus, oxygen has oxidation number of -2 wherever it is except in peroxide. So you put -2 here. That will give us 0. 2 times 1 is given us 2 plus sulfur 4 times -2 is -8. That is giving us 0 here. So we have sulfur 2 minus 8 become -6. That is simple linear equation. Larger number carries the sign. That is equal to 0 here. We can collect like terms. Sulfur is equal to now 0 plus 6. and 0 plus 6 becomes plus 6. So the oxidation number of sulfur in that compound is positive 6. Now when I want to name this compound, I will start from the oxygen. The oxygen here has 4 molecules. The oxygen here has 4 molecules. And 4 is tetra. Tetra. If it is 3, we say tri. The 4 there is tetra. So I have the right to say tetra, ozo. Oxygen means ozo here. Sulfate, that is what we have done, the calculation for the sulfur. Sulfate, and we got 6. I have the right now to put 6 in bracket here. In Roman number, I will not put that 6 here. But in Roman number, that means tetraozosulfate 6. If you want to waste time, you can also say hydrogen tetraozosulfate. If you want to waste that time, you can say hydrogen tetraozosulfate. Hydrogen tetraozosulfate 6. That can be another way. We'll go to example 2. Example 2 can be like HNO3. This is also an acid. HNO3. Now I will underline nitrogen here. That means I'm interested in nitrogen. Now if I want to get the oxidation number of nitrogen in that compound, I will observe the compound. It is a neutral compound because there is no charge here. Since there is no charge, what I will do is to add all of the hydrogen and nitrogen, then 3 oxygen molecules. Everything is equated to 0. Hydrogen has oxidation number of +1 wherever it is, +1. Nitrogen, I will not substitute that because it is underlined. Plus 3 times oxygen has oxidation number of -2, and that is equal to 0. So +1 plus nitrogen, 3 times -2 is -6, that is equal to 0. 1 minus 6 becomes -5. Nitrogen -5 is giving us 0 here, and I will have the right to take -5 over 0 plus 5, and becomes +5. So that will be the oxidation number for the nitrogen that is underlined. If that is the case, I want to name that. I start from the oxygen. I will say oxygen, there are 3 of them. We go to tri. Tri means 3. Tri. Then the oxygen is no more written as oxygen, but we change that to ozo. The nitrogen is changed to nitrate. Nitrate, and we got 5. The Roman number for 5 is this. That will be the analysis for that. It takes us to, let us add at least 1 or 2 more examples. We can add 1 or 2 more examples, and then we can leave it that way. If we now have number 3, let us say we have CaCO3 2 negative. Now let us say we have CaCO3 2 negative. When you look at this compound is an ionic compound. Why? Because it has a charge. Since it is an ionic compound, it has a charge. You are going to add all the elements, the oxidation number for all the elements involved. But let us first underline carbon. That means carbon is underlined there. But it is ionic, so we add all of them, then we equate 3 oxygen molecules are here, 3 oxygen molecules will now equal to the charge. The charge here is -2. Calcium has a valency of 2 because it's a metal, we put positive value. We are not going to substitute carbon because carbon is underlined. 3 times oxygen has oxidation number of -2 wherever it is. We have +2 plus carbon, 3 times -2 becomes -6, and that becomes -2 here. +2 minus 6 becomes -4. Larger number carries the sign, and that becomes -2. Now we collect like times. -2 plus 4. That C becomes -2 plus 4 becomes +2. So when I want to name that, I will say calcium triozo. Calcium is here. Calcium. Oxygen, there are 3 of them, become triozo. Calcium triozo. Carbonate for carbon. Calcium triozo carbonate. Now we got 2 here. We put in bracket 2. Now the last example we look at will be number 4. Let us say we now have K2Cr2O7, a compound like that. That compound is also a neutral compound. When you look at it, it's a neutral compound because there is no charge here. Since there is no charge, you add all the oxidation number of the various elements involved equal to 0. We have 2 potassium molecules, 2 potassium. Let us don't forget, chromium is underlined, the Cr here is underlined. So if it is underlined, we have 2 potassium molecules, 2 chromium molecules there, plus 7 oxygen molecules equal to 0. Now potassium has a valency of +1. Why? Because potassium is a metal. It has a valency of 1. It is 2881. That last digit 1. Plus 2 times chromium plus 3 times oxygen has oxidation number of -2, and that is equal to 0. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2 chromium, 7 times minus 2 is minus 14, and that is if we use 0 there. 2 minus 14 becomes minus 12. 2 chromium minus 12 is equal to 0. We collect like terms. 2 chromium equals, when you take minus 12 to the right hand side, become positive 12. Linear equation, you divide both sides by 2. 2Cl has to be divided by 2, 12 divided by 2. So you have chromium as 12 divided by 2 becomes 6. When you want to name that compound, you say potassium. You say potassium. Potassium. We go to the oxygen here. There are 7 of them. 7 means hepta. Hepta. Ozo. Ozo for the oxygen. 7 of them. It means hepta, ozo, 7 oxygen. When you come to the chromium here, there are 2 of them, and 2 means di. So it is potassium, hepta, ozo, di. For 2 of them, chromate. Chromate for the chromium here, and you put 6 in brackets. Now, in case you want to get comments or you want to ask questions, you can ask the question through 076-627-336 on WhatsApp. You can ask question or you advance comment by sending WhatsApp message to 076-627-336.